This video is brought to you by REP Gaming Products. Help protect your deck and support the show by picking up a steel deck box from the link down below. Hello everyone, it's Seth, probably better known as Saffron Olive, and it's time for another edition of Much Brew About Nothing. So last week, during our instant deck decks, it was the crazy Three-Drop Stompy deck for Modern that came out on top, so that's what we're playing this week. Basically, looking to play 3-drop on turn 1, on turn 2, on turn 3, cross our fingers, hope that those powerful 3-drops are enough to kill our opponent before they can stabilize, kill our stuff, whatever. So like usual, gonna do a super quick 2-minute deck just to refresh you on how the deck works. If you want to see the full breakdown, make sure to follow the link in the description down below, down to the instant deck where we talk at length about 3-drop Stompy. Anyway, a super quick reminder before we break down 3-drop Stompy for Modern. If you enjoy this deck, and you enjoy Much Brew in general, it would be so cool of you if you could take a second, click that subscribe button down at the bottom of your screen. It's a great way to support the channel and the site for free. So 3-drop Stompy is all about making some fast mana. The goal of this deck, as I mentioned in the intro, is to hopefully play a 3-drop creature on turn 1, a 3-drop creature again on turn 2, a 3-drop creature again on turn 3, maybe Collected Company on turn 4, win the game. So we start off with Simian Spirit Guide and also Chancellor of the Tangle. So Spirit Guide, straightforward, exile it, make it extra mana. Chancellor of the Tangle, like a bad Simian Spirit Guide, it only does something if it's in our opening hand, then we reveal it, get an extra mana, but only on our first turn. So basically a very restricted Simian Spirit Guide. But the combination of these cards with Pyretic Ritual and Desperate Ritual give us a bunch of combinations of ways where we can, like Simian Spirit Guide Ritual, play a 3-drop on turn 1, or on turn 2, we can just Ritual, play a 3-drop. So they combine together to give us a bunch of ways to play a 3-drop very, very early in the game. As far as our 3-drops, Magus of the Moon to kind of just jank our opponent out of the game. Then we have our aggressive 3-drops. Handwear Garrison, Goblin Rabblemaster, just attack for insane amounts of damage since they're making these tokens, and their clock just spirals out of control super quickly. If our opponent doesn't have a Bolt or a Path to Exile or something, and we can play one of these on turn 1, there's a reasonable chance they can just take down the game on their own. Captain Lannery Storm hits for a bit of damage. The Treasure is also nice, giving us a bit of extra mana to make sure if we play it like on turn 1, the Treasure helps us combine with our lands on turn 2 to play another 3-drop. Rishkar, a little bit more mana production, a bit of pumpage. Tireless Tracker if the game goes long, not super exciting on turn 1, but a good second or third 3-drop for our deck. Then we have Collected Company, which just hopefully gets us 2 3-drops at instant speed. If we hit like double Rabblemaster or something, or Garrison Rabblemaster, lots of damage available from Collected Company. In the mana base, Gemstone Caverns, if we're on the draw, gives us more ways of playing a 3-drop on turn 1. Handwear Battlements can flip around with Garrison to make a massive Eldrazi, or just hasten our threats. A bunch of fetch lands, some basic lands, some shock lands. In the sideboard, we get more 3-drops. Chain Whirler to deal with small creature decks, Lingering Soul decks. Kitchen Finks for aggro. Hazoret, not a 3-drop, but a good threat if our opponent doesn't have Path to Exile. Chalice of the Void and Blood Moon to lock out removal and mana. Shatterstorm for affinity, and that is 3-drop Stompy for Modern, and that is our Much Brew deck for this week. So anyway, let's get to the gameplay video so you can see how it works. Oh yeah, one quick word of warning, I'm still getting over a bit of a cold as I'm recording this, so my voice is not 100% as good as I would like it to be. I am improving though. Probably by the time this goes live, I will be 100% and back to normal, but keep that in mind. If my voice sounds a little bit funny, that's what's going on, a little bit congested. So anyway, let's get to the gameplay. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoy the video, and I will talk to you soon. Alright, Much Brew About Nothing time. We are playing some 3-drop Stompy. No fast mana. We can go Rabblemaster, Collected Company. Is that fast enough starting on turn 3? We are on the play. We're gonna try it. It might just be that we shouldn't be keeping this and it's too slow, but Rabblemaster seems good. And if we can draw like Simian Spirit Guide, then it's great. If we draw a Chancellor, well, we're not going to have to worry about... Oh, all right. That is exactly the draw we were hoping for. Well, let's get rabbling. So 3-drop number 1, get in with the Goblin. Well, that was the dream draw. Plains for our opponent. And Wall of Omens. All right, let's keep going. So Snow-Covered Mountain. Rabblemaster Part 2. Make some goblins. Attack. That is a fast clock. Opponent. I mean, this might be fast enough to kill our opponent before they can Wrath. Flooded Strand. Cracks it. Island. Detentions for our Rabblmasters. Alright. That does slow us down. Opponent passes. Well, play Tireless Tracker. Play Handwear Battlements. Get a clue. Go attacking. We still might be in fine shape. Opponent block. Down to 9. Flooded Strand. Opponent's at 9. We've used a lot of our cards, though. Another Wall of Omens. Draws a card. Cracks Flooded Strand. Island. And Spreading Seas. Interesting. Okay. Opponent passes. We'll play the Forest. Get a clue. What do we want to do here? I think we just attack with everything. Yeah, opponent blocks. And block. So sack a clue to kill Wall of Omens. Draw a card. And now we will just Magus of the Moon, which theoretically shuts off a Wrath. Opponent, unless they have a Plains, yeah, does not have enough white mana to Wrath. We might kind of be getting there. Opponent passes. Even more trackers. Well, go to combat. Attack. Restoration Angel. Blinks a wall, draws a card. Yup. Blocks. Alright. Gets their mana back. Well, I think we just pass. If our opponent wraths, we can try to Collected Company. The pressure is on our opponent to do something. Like, our board is going to kill them at some point. If they just do nothing. Dragon Lord Ojitai. Alright, that's fine. Collected Company, hopefully, is enough here. So, Collected Company. Ooh. Rabblemaster and Magus of the Moon. And that should do it. We shut off their white mana. Untap. Play Tireless Tracker. Crack a clue. Grow our trackers. Wooded Foothills. Give some clues. And I mean, this should be lethal, I think. Mega Goblin. And just attack with everything. And we got there. Alright. That was pretty good for Three-Drop Stompy. Apparently 3 Goblin Rabblmasters is enough. Alright, blue-white control. I don't know what we really change. So Chalice of the Void is sort of okay. It's not just game winning, though. Blood Moon is fine. Can be good, can be not good. Probably less good now that our opponent knows about it. Chain Whirler doesn't seem great. Hazoret seems good. Let's go up Hazorets. And maybe like down 1 Chancellor and down 1 Ritual. Try like that. We are in the draw this time. This hand. So much mana. So we can play turn 1 Handwear Garrison. And I guess that's what we do. So we reveal Chancellor. We start with Gemstone Karens in play. Exiling Snow-Covered Mountain. So we slam Handwear Garrison. Hope our opponent doesn't have a path. And that we draw more 3-drops. Ooh. Alright, slight change of plans. Since we drew Magus of the Moon, I think we just play that turn 1. Turn 1 Magus, pass the turn. Next turn we can Handwear Garrison. Oh, opponent's got the Plains. Alright. I think we should have searched up a forest, though. That was a bit of a mistake. Play Handwear Garrison, pass the turn. Definitely was supposed to crack this for a forest. I even said that in my mind that we were supposed to do that. But then I didn't do it. Although, I guess the good news is we're just continuing to draw threats. And we are probably winning. Probably just winning anyway. I mean, I imagine this is what Three-Drop Stompy is looking to do. Look at this board! That was turn 3. That's a pretty impressive start for our deck. Turn 1 Magus, turn 2 Garrison, turn 3 Rabblemaster. And we're attacking for, I don't even know, very lethal on turn 4. Extremely lethal. Definitely should have got a basic forest, though. Punt is deserved for that. Opponent. Mountain. Well, go to combat. Rabble. Go attacking. I mean, I guess our opponent can Restoration Angel. I don't even know if that's enough, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I guess in theory, like, Resto block Rabblemaster buys our opponent a turn. And remember, we should be casting Collected Company this turn. If we didn't fetch punt. Still, like, that feels pretty powerful. There's Resto. Blocks Rabblemaster. Yep. Opponents to 1. Pass the turn. I guess if our opponent goes Plains Wrath, then it turns on Collected Company. Otherwise, I'm not sure how our opponent survives. And our opponent scoops it up. Sweet. Well, that was an incredibly impressive start for Three-Drop Stompy. Yeah, sweet. All right, much Abrew about nothing time. Playing some Three-Drop Stompy in Modern, and we're going to keep this. We have turn 1 Rabblemaster, turn 2 nothing, unless we draw a Ritual into turn 3 Rabblemaster. But turn 1 Rabblemaster on the play seems like it could work. Let's Wooded Foothills, crack Wooded Foothills. I think we just want to thin our deck in case we can hit another Ritual, or increase our chances of hitting another Ritual. So Ritual, Goblin Rabblemaster. Hope our opponent cannot kill our Goblin Rabblemaster. And pass the turn. Forest. All right. Rabblemaster probably not dying yet. Oh man, give us a Ritual. Give us a Ritual for the second Rabblemaster Captain Lannery Storm. All right, play the land, make a Goblin, attack with everything. I mean, maybe this is just enough. If our opponent gets down like a Courser, that's annoying. Also, blowing up one of our lands would be actually oddly annoying here. Although if they spend their turn blowing up our land, they're probably just losing 2 Rabblmasters. There's the Courser. Land on top. Opponent passes. Wooded Foothills. I'll play the Forest. Rabblemaster Part 2. Make some Goblins. Attack with everything. Opponent blocks. Drops to 4. Pass the turn. Opponent needs basically a sweeper. Wooded Foothills. Gains a life. Cracks Wooded Foothills. Shuffles away Stomping Ground. Gets a mountain. So Bonfire just kills our tokens, right? P and Karen. All right, that gives our opponent some blockers. Will it be enough? Handwear Battlements. All right, play Wooded Foothills. Play Captain Lannery Storm. Make some Goblins. And I mean, just attack with everything. Opponent's gonna have to do some blocking. Blocks, 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 blocks. Okay. Drops to 1. I mean, they're back to needing a sweeper. They can't Inferno Titan yet. And opposed scoops it up. Rabblemaster is coming through against Ponza. All right, we avoided the Bonfire of the Damned, which was one of our biggest worries. Against this deck, I think we want Chain Whirlers. Even just killing Arbor Elves and P and Karen Nalar tokens seems good. Magus of the Moon does not seem good. So I think we go down Magus of the Moon, since our opponent's playing a Blood Moon deck anyway. Go up Hazarets and Chain Whirlers, and just run it back like that. Hope that it works. All right, we can turn 1 a Rabblemaster. Opponent cracks. Forest, and Utopia Sprawl. Yup. Opponent passes. Ooh, and a Garrison. Well, Wooded Foothills. Crack Wooded Foothills. Grab a land. Spirit Guide. Ritual. Rabblemaster. Start chipping in for damage. Drawing another Ritual would be the dream. If we draw a Ritual, then we can 3-drop, 3-drop, 3-drop. Land destruction actually could get us here. Another Utopia Sprawl. On green. And the Lightning Bolt. All right, come on. Oh, come on, Ritual. Ritual. I'll play Wooded Foothills. Ugh. Well, now we're just getting in for 1, and our opponent has a lot of mana. There's a Stone Rain. Yep. And a Birds. Oh, dear. Oh, that's a Ritual, though. All right, crack Wooded Foothills. Get a land. Stomping Grounds. Untapped. Ritual. Chain Whirler. Kill the Birds. Get in with our Goblin. Pass the turn. Ugh, Courser. Courser's pretty obnoxious. That makes attacking hard. Well, Wooded Foothills, crack it, grab a mountain, run out Handwear Garrison. Maybe we should have attacked first with Chain Whirler. We probably should have, actually. Yeah, I think we definitely should have. Because then our opponent might be afraid of blocking because of a second Chain Whirler. All right, no fear of mutagenic growth. Yeah, that was a slight misstep, I think. Pass the turn. Opponent shuffles away Arbor Elf. Tireless Tracker on top. Arbor Elf on top. This Courser's super annoying. Bloodbraid into Arbor Elf with a Baloth on top. Ugh. Okay. Opponent passing. Well, go attacking. Make some tokens. Opponent blocks. 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 All right. Play another Handwear Garrison. Pass the turn. Oh, that Baloth is a big chunk of life gain. And a big chunk of blocking our stuff. Yeah, opponent's back up to 18. We can't just kill a Baloth. I'll play Captain Lannery Storm. Attack with everything. We need this treasure for Collected Company. Make some tokens. Opponent gets to eat Handwear Garrison and Captain Lannery Storm. Yup. Down to 11. Oh my god, another Bailoff on top. Never ending. Here comes Tracker. Yup. And Birds of Paradise. Opponent passes. Yeah, I guess we just gotta pass. The second Bailoff is brutal. Alright, land on top. Opponent gains some life. Cracks the land. Yeah, they're getting clues. Our opponent might be stable now. I'm not sure what we hit with this collected company that wins from here. Cracks a clue, draws a card, grows Tracker. There's the Bailoff, up to 16. Opponent's passing. Well, I mean, we gotta do it. Collected company. Why is Magus of the Moon in our deck? Didn't we take out all the Magus of the Moons? I'll play Handwear Garrison. I thought we took out all the Magus of the Moons. I am very confused. And we don't have green mana for this Tracker. I swear they were all out of our deck. Did we take out the wrong thing? What could we have taken out? Opponent draws a card. Draws a card. Oh, another Tracker. Yeah. Arbor Elf. Opponent passes. Alright, and we will scoop it up. There's no way we're going to punch through from 17, and our opponent's gaining so much life. Oh, there is one Magus. Oh, we had 61. I see. Yeah, that Magus of the Moon definitely should not have been in there. Well, good news is we're on the play. And if we get a fast start, we can win games against this deck. We're just hoping to, like, turn one something. All right, we are on the play. All right. I mean, I guess this is fine. We can turn 2 Handwear Garrison. The land destruction, though. That is obnoxious. There's Utopia Sprawl. Well, Cragwooded Foothills, get a snow-covered, more lands, play Snow-Covered Mountain, play Ritual, play Garrison, pass the turn. Opponent, Wooded Foothills, cracks it. Deck has a lot of blockers after sideboarding. Utopia Sprawl, part 2, and Courser. Well, Stomping Grounds, untapped, go attacking. Opponent blocks a token. Well, Handwear Garrison, part 2, pass the turn. Well, Inferno Titan coming next turn. Oh boy. Anger of the... Woo! Lord. Lord, Lord, Lord. All right, Collected Company. It's all up to you, Collected Company. So, Collected Company. Yeah, that's game. Double Rabblemaster seems like a hit, but it's not a hit. And we can't beat Inferno Titan. All right, fair enough. All right, much Abrew about nothing time. Playing some Three-Drop Stompy, and all right, I mean, turn 1, Collected Company on the play. That's all we got. Hopefully we hit well. Hopefully that wins us the game. If it doesn't, then our hand is so bad. Chancellors, we basically are a 5-card hand. So Chancellor, Chancellor. Okay, add 2 mana. Exile Spirit Guide. Oh, come on, Collected Company. Please be good to us. Moment of truth. This is probably not what our opponent expected when we revealed 2 Chancellors. All right, Rabblemaster Tracker. Not a bad turn 1. I mean, we'll see what our opponent's playing. Hopefully that's enough. Hopefully we draw land. That's what we really want. If we can draw land and Ritual Rabblemaster next turn, that's got to be good enough, right? And we would get a clue. Flagstones. Come on, deck. Give us a land. Ugh. Well, Gemstone Cavern. Get a clue. Go to combat. Go attacking. Well, opponent's at 10. This still might be good enough. Oh, this deck. Yes. Opponent's playing fair. Crack our clue. Snow. Oh, man. Well, I think the turn 1 Collected Company is going to be enough. I don't think the Squadron Hawk, as much as I love grinding it out with Squadron Hawks, I don't think that's going to save our opponent here. Snow-Covered Mountain, get a clue. Rabs, part 2. And that's not a bad turn 3. You can see the power of the deck when things come together. When things come together, it's pretty insane. Is our opponent just straight up dead? I guess they're not straight up dead. They can chump the Rabblemaster, go to 2, but they're still only on 2 lands, so it's not like they can Wrath this turn. So we should be fine. Yeah, opponent scoops it up. Well, that is Three-Drop Stompy doing Three-Drop Stompy kind of things. That's when the deck looks insane. Definitely want Chain Whirlers, 100%. Do not want Magus of the Moons. I think we just go down Magus of the Moon, go up Chain Whirler Hazaret. Chalice, no. Blood Moon, no. Kitchen Finks, no. Let's try it like that. All right, we'll keep this. Turn 1, Rabblemaster. Ooh, so we get to reveal Chancellor. Then we get to play Gemstone Caverns and Exile Chancellor. That's a combo. Flagstones. So let's start with Rabblemaster. Turn 1, get in, hit our opponent. Down to 19. Plains for our opponent, and passes. I'll play a Forest. Go to combat. Go attacking. hit our opponent to 13, play Hanweir Garrison, pass the turn. This is about as good as it gets for our deck, I think. Sarah Ascendant. That's the thing that dies to this Chain Whirler. So let's Ritual, Chain Whirler, kill Sarah Ascendant, go to combat. Do we just win here? Is this just game? Turn 3? Turn 3 with 3-drop Stompy? Is this enough? Opponent is dead! Xaxes! Ah! Alright, living the dream. That is what we're trying to do with the deck. That is finally exactly... You can see the power. You can see the power. When the draws come together, the deck can be insane. That was an insanely good match for us. Wow. Wow. All right. That was pretty spectacular. All right, much Abrew about nothing time. Playing some 3-drop Stompy in Modern, and we'll give this a go. We have a turn 1 Garrison, I guess. Ugh. Faithless Looting. Hollow One, maybe? Or Reanimator. Dredge. That's... Not sure how we beat Dredge. Collected Company. Well, Stomping Grounds, untapped. Simian Spirit Guide. Desperate Ritual. And Hanweir Garrison. Gotcha, Dredge. How will you ever win now? The deck is good at playing 3-drops on turn 1. Unfortunately, those 3-drops are not always good at winning game. 3-drop Stompy. Neonate. Cracks Neonate. Discards Stinkweed. Interesting. Does not Dredge. Oh, opponent's looking for a land. Chancellor's not the sweetest of draws. Not sure about Chancellor in this deck. It's kind of sweet sometimes on turn 1, but I'm pretty sure this should be like Lightning Bolt or something. It's so bad off the top. Because then, I mean, at least Simian Spirit Guide, it's always a ritual, and you can cast it if you have to. Chancellor is only a ritual in your opening hand, and it's basically impossible that we ever cast it. Faithless Looting. Opponent's playing it fairly. Draws and discards. Misses their land drop, thank goodness, because they have Bloodghast. Oh, come on, land. Land. Or Simian Spirit Guide. That is a land. So go to combat, attack with everything, hit our opponent, down to 10, crack Wooded Foothills, get a forest, play Wooded Foothills, crack Wooded Foothills, grab a snow-covered mount, play Tireless Tracker, pass the turn. Well, we will see. Opponent's deck is not great at blocking. Faithless Looting, Dredges. All right, so they're getting back a bunch of stuff, but it doesn't matter because they can't block. Like, Prized Amalgam enters tapped. Our opponent just doesn't have defense. Wow. Unfortunately, we don't have Graveyard. Oh, dear. Well, bring in Goblin Chain Whirlers, I guess. Go down a couple Magus of the Moons. Dredge. Oh, we do not have sideboard cards for this. I think we're basically hoping that what happened last game happens again, and our opponent's deck just doesn't function. Yeah, I gotta ship this. All right. This we will keep. Captain Lannery Storm's gotta go bottom. So start with Gemstone Cavern, exiling, I guess, Magus of the Moon. So if we draw a ritual, we can Hanweir Garrison on one. Mountain for our opponent. Life from the Loam, Conflagrate. Opponent passes. All right. I mean, that's a ritual. Cragwooded Foothills. Grab a Snow-Covered Mountain. Ritual, Garrison, go. Unfortunately, we're 2 lands away from casting Company or Hazoret. Opponent dredges. Wooded Foothills. Cracks it. Yep. Grabs a Stomping Ground. Oh boy. Cathartic Reunion for the Mega Dredge. Oh, Conflagrate. Kills Garrison. Okay. Well, come on. Lands, I guess? Magus of the Moon. Not a good draw. Well, we're giving our opponent a lot of time here. Way too much, I would say. Opponent dredges. So Prized Amalgam, they don't have anything to come back from the graveyard yet. Loams back some lands. Blackleaf Cliffs. And Faithless Looting. Okay. Dredges, there's, oh boy. Multiple Bloodghast. Yeah. Yup. With no graveyard hate. Stomping Grounds, alright. Stomping Grounds untapped. Magus of the Moon, you. Unfortunately, we know our opponent has land drop, so all they really need to do is play a land, and then because they get back 2 Prized Amalgams. They get back 2 Bloodghasts, I think. And I don't even think our deck can beat just that. Conflagrate. Kills Magus. Yep, alright. Well, I mean, I guess we'll play it out, but without Graveyard Hate, This deck is interesting. It is interesting. They choose... Okay, they're going to get back to Bloodghast and everything on our turn. Land? Ritual. Alright, play Desperate Ritual. Play Hazoret. I guess this kind of gives us a chance-ish. Hit our opponent. Down to 12. I don't think this really does it, though. Opponent cracks. Blood Crypt. Now they get back the Dorks. So 2 Bloodghast, 2 Prized Amount. Yep. So we're taking 10, at least. Opponent dredges. Goes to combat. Gets in for 10. Yup. Down to 7. Golgari Thug. Land? Alright, that is a land. So we need to hit Chain Whirler for sure. Oh, alright. just a Simian Spirit Guide, and that does it. I don't know about these collected companies. Maybe just this deck in general I do not know about. Alright, run it back. I wish we had Graveyard Hate. Alright, we are on the play. Alright. Hopefully we draw some fast mana. Opponent is mulliganing to 6. Stomping Grounds, tapped. So we really just want a Ritual to play something next turn. Starting our 3-drop Stompy on turn 3 is just a smidge slow against Dredge, I would assume. There's the looting. Ugh, 2 Stinkweeds. Yep. Well, Stomping Grounds, go. Okay, we'll see. Opponent does get to start dredging. How bad is this for us? What do they hit? Oh, 2 Prized Amalgams. Thankfully, no Bloodghast yet. Stomping Grounds. Untapped. Oh, dear. Okay. Narcomoeba. Bloodghast. Alright, well, here comes all the Prized Amalgams. That's not ideal. Well, let's play Rabblemaster. A little bit on the late side of the scale, but make a token. Yeah, pretty sure this deck wants some Graveyard Hate. Hit our opponent. Down to 17. Pass the turn. Opponent. Oh, they have Conflagrate. Ugh. Yep, there goes our board. Opponent. Gets in. Sure. Down to 13. Land. Here comes a Bloodghast. Well, pass the turn. We could Chain Whirler, I guess. Yeah, we got a Collected Company. We gotta hope we Collected Company into, like, Chain Whirler and something else. Opponent dredges. Goes to combat. Attacks with everything. Alright, Chain Whirler and another good magic card is what we need. Well, Chain Whirler Simian Spirit Guide is not... That's not the worst. So kill the 1 mana stuff. Block... Ugh, it just comes back, though. Yeah, block. Ugh. So we lose our Spirit Guide. That was about the best we could hope for, but if our opponent makes a land drop, they just get everything back again. I guess that's the upside of playing Dredge. Cast Stinkweed. Alright, no land. Well, get in with Chain Whirler. Opponent takes it. Play Garrison. Pass the turn. Opponent dredges. Another Stinkweed. Ugh, there's a land. Okay. Gonna wait and get stuff back end step. Well, I mean, go attacking. There's not much else we can do. Make some tokens. Opponent blocks. And blocks. Yep. Opponent drops to 9. We lose our Garrison. And then play Chain Whirler. Kill Stinkweed. Put our opponent to 8. Pass the turn. But here comes the Dorks. Yeah, opponent cracks, goes to 7. Gets back the Bloodghast, which gets back the 2 Prized Amalgams. Thankfully, it's only 2. Our opponent's dredged a lot of their deck and only has 1 Bloodghast and 2 Prized Amalgams. Opponent, Narcomoeba, Conflagrate, Prized Amalgam. Those were the cards we did not want to see dredged. Now we're back to being very dead. Especially that Conf is problematic. Yep, Loam's back some lands. Opponent. Conflagrates away our board. Yep, hits us. So we need to... What can we hit? We don't have any Chain Whirlers left. I guess Collected... Oh, another Prized Amalgam. I guess Collected Company is our best draw. Land. So we play 2... Yeah, I think we're dead. So play Desperate Ritual. Play Tireless Tracker. Play Wooded Foothills. Get a clue. Sack Wooded Foothills. Drop to 4. Grab a mountain. Get a clue. Play Rabblemaster. But I think, yeah, this ends with us being dead. Block, die. Yep. Well, I mean, I guess we make our opponent attack. Opponent takes it. Down to 3. We don't have any way of punishing them for that. And I think that does it. Well, for having our opponent dredge their entire deck and us not having any graveyard hate, our deck kind of put up a fight. I mean, we got him to 3. So for being the no graveyard hate deck against Dredge, I guess it's not the worst. I think our deck definitely should have graveyard hate, though. I mean, it is modern, after all. Faithless looting. Opponents having their fun. Yep. Going off, doing their thing. I mean, we're dead if they attack. So I think all this... Okay, they get back multiple blood gas. I guess they might as well make 100% sure. I don't know what we could possibly have that would ruin their plan. I don't think there's a card that exists that would have ruined it, but... Yep. Alright. And that does it! Well, we put up a fight. So, Three-Drop Stompy, it tries hard. I will definitely give the deck that. Alright, much Abrew about nothing time. Playing some Three-Drop Stompy in Modern, and got a mulligan this one. Not enough mana to start playing our 3-drops. Okay. Wooded Foothills, I guess we keep on top. Polluted Delta, opponent cracks it. So in theory, we can turn 2 a 3-drop, turn 3 a 3-drop. Alright. That's going to slow us down. Maybe get to Collected Company. Alright, there goes Rabblemaster. Sure. Opponent passes. Well, Stomping Grounds tapped, pass the turn. Opponent. Verdant Catacombs. Cracks it. Grimflayer. Okay. Ugh, what did Foothills go? Yeah, this is a smidge slow. Opponent. Gonna go attacking. Yup. Get their sweet, sweet Grimflayer value. Does some milling. And Polluted Delta. Thoughtseize. Okay. Takes company. Well, crack Wooded Foothills. Grab a forest. Well, play the mountain. And let's just Lannery Storm. I think we got to go attacking. Getting hit by this Grimflayer isn't great, but we're not going to win by being the control deck. We just don't have the pieces for it. So opponent down to 12. We get a treasure. Pass the turn. Opponent untaps. We wanted that tireless tracker. So much discard. Opponent, more Grimflayer value. Eventually it's going to be a 4-4. Not yet. Mill some discard. Breeding Pool. Tapped. Well, come on, deck. We need a good draw. Oh, my goodness. Well, get in with Captain Lannery Storm. This deck is... It's very inconsistent. Play Wooded Foothills. Pass the turn. Opponent cracks. Down to 9. Island. Ops. Yep. To the bottom. Draws a card. Serum Visions. Opponent. Getting in with Grimflayer. Down to 13. I think we need to draw and resolve a Collected Company. I think that's our only really realistic way of winning this game. Opponent turns it into a 4-4. I think we don't crack Wooded Foothills. Magus of the Moon. Well, get in with Lannery Storm. Get a treasure. Opponent takes it. Play Magus of the Moon. Opponent ops. Yep. Alright, pass the turn. Opponent's off black mana. Maybe we're just winning this race? Oh my goodness. Basic Swamp, no! Ugh. Opponent keeps attacking. Yep. Down to 9. Gets their Grimflayer value. Opponent passes. Alright. Rishkar. Counter, counter. Go to combat. Attack. Get a treasure. I mean, sack a treasure. I'm assuming our opponent must have removal. But we gotta go for lethal. Come on. No removal. No removal. Whoa! It worked! Our opponent went through like half their deck with Grimflayer and just did not have an answer. Just keep attacking with the 3-drops and good things will happen. Now what? Opponent seems to have a lot of 1-mana stuff. Blood Moon seems good. Hazoret seems good. Chalice of the Void also seems good. We can go down Chancellors. Go up the Blood Moons. Go up the Hazorets. And maybe Chalices. How do we make them fit? Maybe we go maybe we don't go Hazarets. All right, let's bring in the Chalices. Go down 1 Lannery Storm, 1 Collected Company. All right, try it like that. The Collected Companies get a little worse because we don't have that many creatures, so. All right, I mean, I guess we try this? Yeah, we'll keep. Probably Gemstone Cavern, Exiled Tireless Tracker, Misty Rainforest. Opponent, Chalice would be sweet. Rishkar. Well, play the land, pass the turn. Opponent, cracks Misty, gets a forest. Playing around Blood Moons, there's Grimflayer. Yup. Opponent passes. Well, play Wooded Foothills. We're going to go for it. Crack Wooded Foothills. Grab a forest. Exile Simian Spirit Guide. Yeah, actually, let's do it now. Well, yeah, let's do it now. Why our opponent's tapped out. Collected Company. Well, we get a creature. I guess that's something-ish. Pass the turn. Polluted Delta. Abrupt Decay. Well, here comes Grimflayer. We really needed to hit 2 creatures there. That is one of the challenges with this deck, is it is a bit creature light for how many Collected Companies it's playing. Opponent passes. Well, Chalice on 1. Pass the turn. Opponent untaps. Fetch land. Gonna get in with Grimflayer. Yep. It will become a 4/4 soon. Leaves everything on top. Uh-oh. Opponent passes. Well, let's pass the turn. Opponent untaps. Goes to combat. Now we gotta go for it. Exile Spirit Guide. Collected Company. Magus of the Moon. And Hanweir Garrison. Take our beats. Down to 11. Oh, we'll see. We'll see. We did cut our opponent off blue mana, which could be relevant. Yep. Down to 11. Another Abrupt Decay. Cracks Catacombs. Breeding Pool. Untapped. Down to 16. Cracks Polluted Delta. Island. And there's a big old goy. So play Tireless Tracker. Play a forest. This is feeling like too little too late. Pass the turn. Opponent untaps. Goes to combat. Well, I think we have to do a desperate double block on Grimflayer. If our opponent has another removal spell, we pretty much just lose here, but they did have to crack those fetches, so they didn't have the top of their library set up. Come on, no Snapcaster for Abrupt Decay. And that pretty much just ends it. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. That's one thing we found about this deck, is when you get hit by a lot of removal spells, it has a really hard time winning. And yeah, I mean, I guess we won't scoop in... Actually, I think we do scoop. Even if we drew Collected Company and hit 2 creatures, we're just double chump blocking, and we're going to draw land. All right. Well, let's bring in the Hazarets. Go down 1 more Collected Company, and maybe go 3 Chalice of the Void. Try it like that. All right, we are on the play. All right, I mean, a little awkward. So, what did Foothills go? We have a turn 2 Blood Moon. Well, Magus. We can get hit by discard this turn. Watery Grave, untapped. And there's the Inquisition. So there goes our Magus. Well, we could draw another one. That would be sweet. Yep. There goes our Magus. Well, crack Wooded Foothills. Grab a Stomping Ground tapped. Opponent passes. Play Battlement and Chalice on 1. Pass the turn. Island for our opponent and passes. Well, play Gemstone Cavern. Ritual. And yeah, we're just going to go for it. Chalice on 2. Force our opponent to have a counter. They just run out of Snapcaster? All right. We might have the prison kill. Chalice on 1 and 2 locks out a lot of our opponent's potential cards. Tarmogoyf's, Grimflayers, discard, removal. That's a lot of stuff off the table. Opponent gets in with Snapcaster. Sure. Down to 17. And passes. Well, let's just Tireless Tracker. Play Wooded Foothills. Get a clue. Pass the turn. I guess Abrupt Decays can slowly get our opponent out from under these chalices since it's uncounterable. Watery Grave. Tapped. Opponent getting in. Staying aggressive. Sure. Well, crack this. Grab a Stomping Ground. At this point, I don't think we especially care if we Blood Moon ourselves. Opponent gets in. Down to 14. And passes. Ooh, Rabblemaster? Oh, cracking a clue into a land would... Well, let's just Rabblemaster. I don't think we can take the risk of missing a creature drop here. So hit our opponent for 4. Down to 14. Pass the turn. Swamp for our opponent. And passes. All right. There's a land. So play Wooded Foothills. Get a clue. Crack Wooded Foothills. Grab a forest. Go to combat. Attack with everything. Opponent. Probably blocking Rabblemaster, and we might be putting this away. There's actually a chance we're going to transform this meld, Handwear Garrison and Handwear Battlements. It might actually happen. Opponent's down to 9. All right, so Handwear Garrison. I guess we should have cracked to get in 1 more point of damage, since we're going to crack the clue anyway. That probably would have been correct. Opponent. Do they have Cryptic? They could have Cryptic. Resolves. All right, pass the turn. No Cryptic. At least not yet. All right, Cryptic, bounce Chalice on 1, draw a card. Ops, Verdant Catacombs. Maybe we should have just ran in this Handwear Garrison with haste rather than cracking the clue. Then we would have lost our Tireless Tracker. Not sure. Opponent looks like they have Abrupt Decay. All right, gonna kill Handwear Garrison. Sure. Can't be countered. Opponents passing. Well, crack a clue. Draw a forest. Ritual. I'll play a forest. Get a clue. Go to combat. Attack. Well, crack a clue. Ritual. Crack a clue. That makes a lethal tracker. Does our opponent have a removal spell? And we got there! We got there! Whoo, man! Three-Drop Stompy, the Chalice of the Voids in the sideboard, coming through in the clutch. So, whoo, sweet. Sweet, sweet, sweet. So what do we learn this week about Three-Drop Stompy for Modern? So first off, as far as the record, it's a little convoluted. So basically what happened is I started a league and ended up going 2-3, but my voice was still really bad, especially by the end of it. My voice would start off okay, but the longer I went, the worse it got. So I ended up playing a second league, and what you're seeing in the videos is 4 matches from one league and 1 match from another league. But overall, both of the leagues were 2-3s, which feels about right for the deck. It's powerful enough to win games, but it's also extremely inconsistent and surprisingly fragile. Like, we have games where our deck does exactly what it wants to do, which is like, fast mana, play a Goblin Rabblemaster on turn 1, and our opponent's like, all right, Path to Exile, and we're like, oh my god, we just spent 3 cards from our hand to play this turn 1 3-drop, and our opponent answered it for 1 mana, and we just essentially lose the game. On the other hand, if our opponent does not have an answer to that Goblin Rabblemaster or Handwear Garrison, it's probably going to win the game, and we had some absurd games. Our first match against Blue Right, where we had turn 1 Rabblemaster, turn 2 Rabblemaster, that is just an absurd start to a game of Magic. So there's a lot of power there, but along with that power comes a high level of inconsistency because of all the fast mana. That is what makes the deck so inconsistent. Chancellor of the Tangle, pretty sure it should just not be in the deck. I was not impressed with it hardly ever at all. Like, sure, it adds an extra mana if it's in our opening hand, but it's never castable, and if we draw it on turn 2 or turn 3 or turn 10, it just does literally nothing. It is the deadest of dead cards, even more than our other rituals. At least our other rituals, which are obviously not great draws, Desperate Ritual, Pyretic Ritual, if we're not playing something on turn 1 or turn 2, at least they kinda sometimes do something. Like, we can ritual and play 2 cards in the same turn, or play Collected Company a turn earlier. Chancellor of the Tangle doesn't even do that. So I feel like Chancellor should probably just not be in the deck. And I think replacing Chancellor, I really just wanted Lightning Bolt for two reasons. First off, it actually gives us a way to interact. We do occasionally run into problems with blockers where our opponent's able to just like play random creatures, trade with our thing. And remember, when they trade their Dark Confidant with our Goblin Rabblemaster, we probably spent at least 2 and maybe 3 cards to play Rabblemaster. So we're really losing in that exchange. So having a Lightning Bolt to kill a blocker would go a really long way. Also, we had some games where we would get in a big chunk of damage, but wouldn't have a way to force through like the last 3 points because our opponent would stabilize. I think our Dredge matchup was one of those where we got our opponent low on life, but we could never get them all the way to 0. So I feel like the easiest and best change to make to the main deck is just cut the Chancellors, which were not very impressive, replace them with Lightning Bolt, which is the card that I wanted most in a lot of our matchups. And I feel like that would go a long way towards making the deck better. Still going to be extremely inconsistent. Like, the numbers are kind of weird. We technically don't have as many creatures as we should for Collected Company, and we saw that in some of our matchups where we were casting Collected Company, only getting 1 creature. So upping the number of things to Collected Company would be nice. Also, there's a pretty good question as to whether the Desperate Ritual, Pyretic Ritual plan is the right one. If you think about it, if our plan is to play a 3-drop as quickly as possible, we could play Birds of Paradise, Noble Hierarchs. Those are also Collected Company hits, and they would not allow us to play our 3-drop on turn 1, but they would be better cards overall, because at least in the late game they can chump. Hierarch gives us an Exalted trigger, and they would be hit by Collected Company. So while it would technically slow the deck down very slightly, it might be better overall. On the other hand, the good news is the deck has a lot of really powerful cards. Just like Goblin Rabblemaster, Handwear Garrison can win the game on their own unchecked. Tireless Tracker is very good. I was surprised by how important Captain Lannery Storm was. The ability to play it on turn 1, make a treasure to play another 3-drop on turn 2 was really good. The other thing I'm not sure on is the sideboard. Kitchen Finks doesn't seem great. Chain Whirler was surprisingly impressive. I almost think we should be playing some number of Chain Whirlers in the main deck. And then the Prison plan, I guess the idea is it can lock out removal, but I think that maybe we could use some more interaction in the main deck as well. Like, Dredge was a great example of this. Just having literal 0 graveyard hate means our odds of beating Dredge are just so low. So we're missing some of the probably more important hate cards in the format to go with the Chalices and Blood Moons. And while I love the Chalice and Blood Moon plan, and I think it's fine, I wish we had a little bit more variety for more matchups in our sideboard with some graveyard hate or something like that. So overall, it felt like Three-Drop Stompy, extremely powerful, but very inconsistent, and I'm not really sure there's much we can do about it. If we take away the rituals, cut the Chancellor for Lightning Bolt, play Birds of Paradise, Noble Hierarch, we could be like a weird, slightly less explosive green-red deck, but I think that the deck, it's just naturally going to be inconsistent. We're going to draw rituals when we need creatures. We're sometimes going to have all 3-drops and no fast mana. And I think that that's fine. The power is we can win on turn 2, on turn 3, or essentially win on those turns when everything comes together. And based on our leagues going 2 and 3, it's going to happen about 40% of the time. I'm sure if we played slightly better, ran slightly better, whatever, you could probably get some 3-2s, maybe a 4-1 if you're extremely lucky. But I think that's basically where 3-Drop Stompy fits. You can win probably roughly 50% of your games with it. The odds of spiking a 5-0 finish or winning a GP, it could happen if you just get incredibly lucky, but the lack of consistency means probably going to be hard to put up consistent 5-0, 15-0 finishes and win tournaments with it. But it is unique, it is really fun, and there's definitely some changes that could improve it at least slightly. So anyway, I had a lot of fun playing it. I think it's kind of middling in terms of competition, but the turn 3 kills in turn 1 Rabblemaster, turn 2 Rabblemaster, when that stuff happens, it is super awesome. So there's definitely some upside to it as well. Anyway, that's been our Much Abrew for this week. 3-Drop Stompy for Modern. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, help us out by clicking that like button down below. And to keep up on all the latest and greatest, click that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit that bell icon to get alerts whenever we have new videos. And if you want to, check out some of our other sweet videos here and here.